The 2025 Turing Award, widely known as the Nobel Prize of Computing, was announced a few days ago. It's a $1 million win for two legends, Charles Bennett and Gilles Brassard. They're being honored for creating the world-famous BB84, the quantum key distribution protocol. But there's something nobody is talking about. In the early 80s, the US scientific establishment actually rejected their work. They literally wouldn't give these two a stage. So where did they first present this paper? In Bangalore in 1984. BB84, Bennett Brassard 1984. So how is it even possible that the world's top experts missed the most important paper in quantum history? And what did a group of professors in Bengaluru see that Silicon Valley didn't? The answer lies at the IISc campus. At the time, Bennett and Brassard were struggling to find anyone who would listen to their crazy idea. But Professor Vijay Bhargava, who was helping organize an international conference at IISc, gave them a wildcard entry. In the early 80s, the scientific community believed that cryptography was strictly a mathematical challenge. The idea that you could use the physical properties of light to secure a message was dismissed as unverifiable. They were essentially told that physics had no place in computer science. It took an open-minded group in Bengaluru to realize that if the world is quantum, our data security has to be quantum too. The organizers at IISc, led by Professor I.G. Sharma, saw the potential in crossing disciplines. They accepted the paper, and on December 10, 1984, the world's first quantum cryptography protocol was presented right here. If you look at the original proceedings from that day, you'll see the iconic IISc main building right there on the cover. This document is a literal piece of history. For 30 years, it remained the only place where the BB84 protocol was described. In fact, for decades, this wasn't even considered a formal academic paper. It lived in an academic gray area, a secret known only to those who held these physical volumes. But the authors knew its value. In 2014, for the 30th anniversary, when the world's top journals finally asked to formally archive the work, Bennett and Brassard did something different. They didn't provide a fresh digital manuscript. Instead, they insisted that the journal publish a direct, high-quality scan of that original 1984 Bengaluru paper. They wanted the world to see the document exactly as it appeared at IISc. To understand why this paper was so revolutionary, you have to look at how cryptography usually works. Traditionally, we secure data using complex math, digital locks. But quantum computing threatens to pick those locks in seconds. Bennett and Brassard's BB84 protocol changed the rules. Instead of math, they use photons or individual particles of light. This protocol, which stands for Quantum Key Distribution, QKD, is a prepare and measure system that relies on two fundamental pillars of quantum mechanics, the Heisenberg uncertainty principle and the no-cloning theorem. Okay, so here's a layman's version of that hard science. In the quantum world, it is physically impossible to make a perfect copy of an unknown state. In a standard BB84 exchange, the sender transmits photons in random polarization basis. If an intruder tries to intercept or observe them, they physically collapse that quantum state. Because you cannot measure a quantum particle without changing it, this act of eavesdropping leaves a permanent detectable fingerprint, a spike in the error rate that instantly tells the receiver the key is no longer safe. Security is no longer a math problem. It's a law of physics. We're seeing the need for this right now. Just look at the massive Stryker Microsoft disruption that happened on March 11th. In a matter of hours, tens of thousands of corporate devices across 79 countries were remotely wiped. The attackers hijacked Microsoft Intune, a legitimate administrative tool, and turned the company's own security platform into a weapon. In a world of war and data strikes, traditional passwords and digital handshakes are becoming the weakest link. But quantum key distribution, or QKD, changes the game. If an attacker tries to spoof an identity or intercept a quantum key, the key itself changes. It's a physical dead man's switch for our most critical infrastructure. And this is no longer just a lab theory. Global giants are now building the future on this 1984 protocol. Amazon Web Services has officially integrated BB84 into Amazon Bracket, their quantum development platform, so that every cloud architect on Earth can now build these unhackable handshakes. Cisco has begun deploying carrier-grade quantum networks, proving that the tech born at IISc can run on the fiber optic cables that already power our cities. At the World Economic Forum in Davos earlier this year, the warning was clear. Q-Day, the moment quantum computers break all modern encryption, is now estimated to be just 3 to 5 years away. This transition to quantum security isn't just about protecting future data. It's about protecting what is being stolen today. We're currently in the middle of a global harvest now, decrypt later war. State actors and cyber syndicates are already intercepting and stockpiling massive amounts of highly sensitive encrypted data. They know they can't break the math-based codes today, but they're betting that in 3 to 5 years, a quantum computer will be powerful enough to pick those locks. By the time Q-Day arrives, our past secrets from medical records to military strategies could be laid bare. So this is exactly why Bengaluru-based QNU Labs has become a global force. Their core product, ARMOS, is the world's most advanced commercial version of that original 1984 theory. They have already demonstrated a 500-kilometer quantum network and are deploying quantum-safe shields for the Indian Navy. They're proving that the tech born at IISc is now India's best defense against identity-driven vibes and state-sponsored data strikes. And India is doubling down. We've joined the elite quantum club with the National Quantum Mission, a 6,000 crore rupee initiative. And guess who's at the center of it? IISc Bengaluru. Under this mission, IISc is the national thematic hub for quantum computing. They aren't just doing research, they're building the hardware. Just recently, a team here reached a major milestone by developing the nation's first 6-qubit photonic system. This is a critical step towards India's goal of building a 1,000-qubit quantum computer by 2031. So the next time you hear about a breakthrough from abroad, remember that the protocol protecting national security today started with an invitation to a cool December week in Bengaluru. It's a reminder that in tech, being open-minded is just as powerful as being high-tech. If you want to keep track of how India is brewing the next wave of global innovation, don't forget to subscribe to Tech Brew with Vandana Nair. I'll see you in the next one.